Good morning, everyone. Lovely to have everyone with us this morning for our Australian Retail Innovator Awards webinar. Let's just kick it off with an old favourite. So once again, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Australian Retail Innovators Award webinar session. Pleasure to have everyone with us, and looks like we've got about almost 50 odd people joining us, which is lovely to see.
A little bit over 50.
All right, and a lovely little intro on behalf of Brian and myself from Retail Group. Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks very much, Josh. Josh Strutt, our GM, Retail Group, Insights and Operations, and I am, of course, Brian Walker. Just to say that the Australian Retail Innovator Awards is now in its 6th year. So in 2025, we really continue this journey of looking for recognising best practice in innovation, in innovative and retail leadership, and the categories that we work through together. And thank you for all nominations, and a special congratulations to our finalists. Firstly, Customer Experience, Franchise Excellence, Marketing and Brand, Social Cause, Digital Innovators, and Inspiring Retail Leader. We should also thank our judges, which we'll do further into this presentation. But it's an exciting part of the awards year for us because it very consciously looks at retailers who are implementing innovation, not just creating, not just designing, but actually implementing with nice solid case studies that speak to the how-to. So that's one of the thematics of Australian Retail Innovators. And once again, thank you for joining us.
Wonderful. Thanks, Brian.
And a big thanks also to our expert judging panel. If I think about the judges we've had over the years, we've always been very fortunate to have clear exponents of innovation in their fields, but also great people, subject matter experts, and people who are always able to contribute back into the industry. So without further ado, Customer Experience was judged by Professor Gary Mortimer. For those who know Gary is a very strong advocate of innovation in retail, customer experience, great influencer, great knowledge source, and we're delighted to have Gary with us. Franchise Excellence, John Pascoe, Price Attack CEO. John's with me on the NRA board, but more importantly, remarkable story of Price Attack, its leadership, its innovation, its practices. And John's particularly well-versed to judge in this category. Marketing and Brand, well, Laura Robbie, who's the Chief Executive Officer of YouGov. Laura is a brand and marketing dynamo and has a global role, so sees some remarkable global innovations. And also, of course, will bring that expertise and knowledge to the judging here. Social Cause, Peter Nock. Peter is a non-executive director and chairman of a series of startups, tech, established businesses, brings an extraordinary width of experience and caliber, and is a true retail industry leader, as are the others, and always been a very strong supporter of Retail Group. Digital Innovations, Shane Lenton. For those who know Shane, of course, he's co-founder and chief executive officer of the Wishlist company, and prior to that, Shane is a remarkable contributor to digital innovation, always thinking outside the box, and again, very well versed as a judge. So very pleased and grateful there. Shane. Inspiring retail leader, which is, I have to say, just such a standout category. We're very fortunate this year to have the help as the judge of Anthony Moore. Anthony is the Chief Channel Officer for the Lottery Corporation, also the Chair of the National Retail Association. This is a man who is a student of best practice leadership as well as an exponent. So we're fortunate to have Anthony with us as well. To our judges, thank you once again. And I should make the comment too, this work is also linked to the global retail innovations for which the Global Alliance Ebeltoff Group, which we are the Australian member and partner, take this to the global shows. So you'll start to see, and we're already seeing Australian cases making their way onto the global stage. So once again, thank you, and thanks, Josh.
All right, thanks, Brian. All right, so when we have a look at our categories that our judges have so kindly reviewed all the submissions for, we'll just take a second to actually talk about what all of these mean. So again, customer experience, it's the centricity that's heart of the retailer's offer. It's their culture, their positioning, their deployment. From a franchise perspective, it's a franchisor who's leading the way in their sector. They're driving initiatives, they're driving their systems in order to continuously deliver value back to their franchisees and their customers alike. Marketing and brand. It's the innovation that these retailers, they utilize all of their brand deployment, their systems, their functionality to continuously communicate towards their customers and drive that experience overall. And social cause, a brand of retailer that has had an innovative approach to inspire others and stand out from time to time. Our digital innovators, it's those who make a contribution from a digital perspective and continuously use those systems to drive their business performance, engage with their customers again, and continuously look to innovate across all of their systems. And the inspiring retail leaders, it's those leaders who make the memorable contribution to their retail and brand or Australian retail as a whole. And so in just recognition of our previous winners over the last few years, so like Brian said, we've had this this is our 6th year running it, and we just want to bring to light the last few years of those retailers and those businesses that have been winners across these categories. We've got last year we had Koala in the customer experience, previously Miss Amara, then Retail Prodigy Group, Franchise Excellence. We've got straight years of Couriers Please, and then barbecues galore. Marketing and brand, the GPT Group, Total Tools, Nespresso, Social Cause, Balloon Recycling Australia, Our Cow, and the Bread and Butter Project. Digital innovators, the Party People, Just Cuts, and Bailey Nelson, and inspiring retail leaders, Julie Coomer from Peter Alexander, Margaret Porritt from Feathers Boutique, and Natalie Brennan and John Joyce for a combination in 2022. So without further ado, let's start adding to that list that we can for announcing our 2025 Australian Retail Innovators Awards. And we're going to start off with our digital innovators. Again, it's the retailer utilizes digitally strongly in their merchandising, their service, their functionality, and their customer experience. So kick off with the first finalist, Oz Hair and Beauty. So Oz Hair and Beauty have done quite a lot of innovations over the last few years, and specifically over the last year. Specifically, it's about how they're actually driving the customer engagement through those digital channels. Just some examples of that. It's launching the live shopping via Bambusa and then to reimagine the in-store experience online, and hosted by their own teams of experts. Fortnightly events allow customers to ask real-time questions about hair care, styling, and product usage. This two-way dialogue positions them as a source of attainable expert advice, building that sense of community and trust in the brand of Oz Hair. And you know what? The results are speaking for themselves. seeing a significant increase in engagement and drive of incremental sales, even up to $10,000 in an hour. So they're not just selling via a live channel. It's the experience and the engagement focused on, and a great example of embracing a digital nature. And another thing to add for them is, apart from the advanced geofencing technology to deliver the notifications as customers enter stores, but also how they're adapting their loyalty program. The Ausworld loyalty program, launching that mobile application. It's designed to work with the variety of digital wallets, and the feature provides the instant access to their loyalty tiers, their point balances, and personalized offers without all the need to sign in. So really breaking down some of those barriers that allow customers to engage digitally. Our next finalist, Adorn. So founded in 2008 as a pure play digital retailer, they redefine beauty by combining luxury, performance, and sustainability, and proving that beauty can be both high performing and kind to the planet. Adorn is transforming the beauty shopping experiences, integrating these cutting edge digital tools with personalized service to deliver exceptional customer experiences. At the core of their innovation, it's a range of AI powered personalization tools. It's the foundation color match quiz, skincare quiz, and match my photo technology. They remove the guesswork from beauty purchases, ensuring customers find their perfect match with confidence. Integrating seamlessly into their website, it guides the customer journey from discovery to purchase, fostering the trust and eliminating those barriers to buying. So Adorn's integration of the digital tools and customer-focused processes isn't just about streamlining their experience, it's about creating a true dialogue between the brand and its customers and evolving based on their feedback and needs. Our third finalist, 𝗏𝗲𝗁. So founded in 2021, is aimed to revolutionise Australia's $100 billion used car industry by prioritising the experience, the convenience, the transparency in a digital atmosphere. So they simplify the decision-making journey through guided vehicle discovery tools based on customer preferences, increasing engagement, and middle of the funnel conversions. So at the heart of the innovation is the 𝗏𝗏𝗁 Car Quality Certification, which is a rigorous tech-enabled inspection and reconditioning process, which only 10% of vehicles reviewed by our expert buying team actually make the cut. With trust identified as a key component of the car buying decision-making, 𝗏𝗏𝗁 are able to use this to their advantage and demonstrate to the customers the quality and safety that they're purchasing. And so 𝗏𝗏𝗁 has also significantly invested in its product and technology capabilities, which underpinned by an enterprise architecture's tech stack and custom platform, enabling customers to purchase a car online in under 5 minutes. A radical departure from the traditional dealership experience. And finally, their AI-driven pricing model uses the real-time market data, demand trends, and vehicle condition to deliver instant competitive offers, ensuring faster, more transparent transactions and the right price for both buying and selling, and cementing 𝗏𝗏𝗁's position at the forefront of automotive innovation in Australia. Our fourth, 𝗬𝗲𝗏𝗏, founded in 2014, so 11 years old, is a design-led digital-first rug retailer operating across Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, and the US. So they make rug shopping effortless, inspiring, and risk-free by combining their technology, personalized service, and ethical craftsmanship. And 𝗬𝗲𝗏𝗏 is really defining the role of the digital experience by transforming a lot of their core digital functions and recognizing that it's a critical component. And recognizing that it's a critical component of how the customer actually finds their business and finds their process as well. So the innovation is not about a big spend, but smart customer first thinking, leveraging the existing tools, the insights to truly build an engaging and commercially successful customer experience and digital model. So it's focusing on engagement rates per tickets for our stylists to make sure that they're having meaningful conversations, not just speed. It's integrating the stylist team into live chat, which actually results in an improvement of 7% conversion rate by offering real-time advice at the point of purchase. It's the implementation of the back-end stock notifications and using that as a lead generation tool, using data to suggest alternative products and convert interest into sales with a personalized touch from a dedicated stylist. And also aspects like analyzing ticket field sales to refine macros, pinpoint trends in the purchase journey, which in turn has reduced unnecessary contacts by just over 56%. Our next finalist is 𝗬𝗲𝗍𝗀. So 𝗬𝗲𝗍𝗀 supports Australia's critical energy, mining and resources industries by delivering the essential services that enhance the quality of life in remote and challenging environments. And what they've done here is actually introduce Australia's first ever remote autonomous store. It's the use of AI-enabled cameras, smart shelving, real-time inventory tracking to enable autonomous retail in these environments, and enables the stores to be refilled, enables a seamless shopping experience for the people within that community, and all cashless systems with automatic tracking and billing. And then our last finalist, Uniqlo. Uniqlo, a Japanese retailer, established a strong presence in Australia for the last number of years. Now, what we've done really well here is it's this multi-platform integration across the owned Uniqlo app and the social channels that really integrate their own social commerce initiatives. It's this live station that's been launched for a bit over a year and a half now. It's integrating the live stream shopping back into the Uniqlo stores themselves. So since then, Uniqlo has curated 216 live sessions, contributing an increase of 11% increase in transactions to our online and physical stores. And it's also been known to be a key growth driver of our their retail strategy moving forward. So this brings us to a bit of a summary from our finalists, 𝗬𝗲𝗍𝗲𝗏, Adorn, 𝗏𝗲𝗁, 𝗏𝗏𝗏, 𝗬𝗲𝗍𝗀, and Uniqlo. And with thanks from Shane Lenton for the judging process. And we'd like to announce the winner as 𝗏𝗏𝗏. So very well done.
Congratulations to the team at 𝗏𝗏𝗏. That's a great.
𝗏𝗏𝗏 stands out for its innovative approach to transforming the used car buying experience through technology and customer-first strategies. The integration of the digital tools like instant trade-in, the finance, and delivery set a new standard for the sector with strong outcomes to support. All right, and so from that leads us into our next category of customer experience.
Thanks very much, Josh. Well, customer centricity, the heart of everything this retailer does, from the way they think through strategy, structure, offer, culture, of course, positioning and deployment. So, and this really permeates its culture first, strategy second. So some really fantastic finalists, and I'll take us through them. Oh, well, Andala. Andala, of course, is really all around automated systems. Andala is a really interesting business. It launched as an online store. Andala Pets and Rural now serves thousands of Australian households and small farms and platforms, including Bunnings, Amazon. And what's interesting around these businesses is they increasingly change and think through and evolve their revenue model. So they're wholesalers, retailers, distributors. And of course, they've got this great digital innovation, which is all around this merging, if you like, of the agricultural sector into metro and enabled through their marketplace. So they also have a live rating consistently on their customer feedback, which they're very transparent about. And this enables working capital availability, stock, fulfillment times in real time. So very customer focused and a worthy finalist. Adorn, Bryony, we've sort of touched on before, a great leader in her own right and very strong at building community. And so with Bryony and the Adorn team, they're very strong in building out strong customer education knowledge, building a lot of experience into the way that they go about it. They have a risk-free foundation finder campaign, so the targeted ads, they're using expert tutorials, And of course, they're building this community, this tribe. And the way that they use technology and the way that they also use social media and integrated live feed is innovative and deserving of its place. 𝗔𝗲𝗏𝗏. Well, of course, 𝗔𝗲𝗏 we've already sort of touched on. Jewel in this sense, wonderful focus on customers, supporting teams. They've certainly got a high-performing sales channel. They've got a very high conversion rate. But what really sets them apart in the rug and carpet industry is that they're really around speed metrics, live feed, lifetime, engagement rates. And when you understand 𝗔𝗲𝗏, is that they've got this strong focus on customer at the heart, and they're moving their whole customer experience into proactive sales and engagement using predictive analytics, nice AI platform work, and driving that customer-centric experience, but with a focus on the metrics of conversion as well. So I would call it profitable customer experience. 𝗘𝘅𝗰𝗲𝗏. Well, this is all about the theatre of retail, the theatre of the customer, live shopping events, product demonstrations, social experiences, polls, giveaways, keeping the voice of customer as the heartbeat of the business, taking the offer out in event style, theatre style, tutorial style, and not thinking about customer as coming to location, very much thinking about fluidity of location, fluidity of event to customers. So real-time engagement. And of course, that's giving great feedback as well. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, well, we touched on 𝗏𝗏𝗏 through the digital piece. This is our online car purchase. And Josh covered it well, I thought. This whole piece around transparency of data, information, detail, enabling 24/7 omnipresent customer centricity, and completely changing the way traditionally we have purchased cars. So thinking about it in real time, speed, fulfillment, accuracy, transparency, all at the heart of making the customer more knowledgeable and more loyal. I touched on a wonderful judge, Professor Gary Mortimer, Professor of Marketing and Consumer Behaviour, QUT Business School, and the finalists, as I've read them, 𝗔𝗲𝗏𝗏, 𝗘𝘅𝗰𝗏𝗏, Adorn Cosmetics, 𝗏𝗏𝗏, and 𝗔𝗲𝗏𝗏. So without any further ado, drum roll. For Customer Experience 2025, Australian Retail Innovators, the winner is 𝗔𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏. Very deserved. Congratulations to Lydia and the team at 𝗔𝗲𝗏𝗏. You know, in all the conversations I've had with that business, customer is number one. But with great recognition to the finalists who've done such an exceptional job. We had a very high interest rate and nomination rate in this sector. So worthy winners. Congratulations to 𝗔𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Well done. Well done, 𝗔𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏. Very well done again to Lydia, Taylor and the team. Very well deserving for the customer experience category. All right. And which moves us on to our third category, marketing and brand. Brands that leverage their consumer insights effectively to create authentic, engaging experiences, creating a compelling reason to buy. So the wonderful thing about this category is we've got quite a few finalists in here. I believe there's 8 or 9, so we'll start getting into these ones. So, you know, one from the D2C brand, Glow Collection. You know, it's the best kept secret for home fragrances in Australia. A 24-year heritage, millions of customers are experienced as their scented candles, diffusers, and room sprays. And so from a brand perspective, they've recently acquired the business 2 years ago, or D2C has acquired this brand 2 years ago, and they've really been obsessed with rebuilding that digital presence, the unique distribution channel, and implementing quite a lot of integrations and captures that harness the consumer experience and bring their brand completely to life. So tactically, their implementations have seen a really great impact. resulting in an increased average order value of just over 100% from $75 to $157 over 2 years. The paid advertising campaigns performed quite consistently with a ROAS of 12, which is quite good for the sector. And 66% of customers have repurchased in the last 3 months. So they've really done a fantastic job of connecting the dots. Our next finalist is the Custom Chef, the #1 destination for the most authoritative curation of innovative, high-performance knives crafted from the world's best materials. And some of their innovations is really about bringing to life the shop-in-shop concession revolution. It's bringing that fashion retail concepts to kitchenware through expertly designed floor plans and experiences. And as well as the technology-driven personalization. And the element of dropship allows the customers to choose designs, names, fonts, images, and enable them to get their specific custom knives designed to their standards and delivered to them. And, again, the really good thing about this is it's a very good demonstration of the marketing and the critical concepts of physical availability and building brand awareness to the offering. Right. Our next finalist, Lack of Color, reimagining the world of hats. So taking a creative and nostalgic approach to a range of styles and design. So in 2025, one of the most powerful innovations isn't always about the tools, but it's about the timeless storytelling that we can be reimagined through fearless execution, the brand story and the brand delivery. So in a bold move to reimagine the brand and deepen the emotional resonance with a new generation of style-savvy consumers, they launched the Reflections campaign that infused nostalgia with modernity. And modernity, storytelling, and technology in both Sydney and Spain. So they're operating on the 2 different continents. And Reflections was an aesthetic and strategic leap. Again, it was shot on a vintage Super 8 motion film to evoke the tactical memories. The creation then seamlessly transitioned into digital formats, enriched with AI-enhanced content creation, so blurring the lines between past and future. So the interplay isn't just about style, it embodies the brand ethos of vintage soul, modern execution in a way that their customers across the globe can relate to. Our next finalist is Just Cuts. So at Just Cuts, it's all about making hair care easy, accessible, and affordable without compromising on the quality. And at the heart of this innovation is their Salon of the Future concept. And these contemporary spaces reflect the evolving expectations of the modern clients, combining the warm and welcoming environment with the streamlined design, accessible product displays, and comfortable spaces for families and individuals. So the refreshed palettes, the finishes, the layout create a salon experience that feels both local and professional. And it's designed to build customer and community connection while delivering convenience and quality. And the demonstration of how the brand impacts both physical and mental availability. So from a results perspective, the new shop fit design has actually increased new client visits by an average of 10% at each newly opened or refurbished salon. And they've also seen a 5% uplift in retail sales, as well as the customer engagement. Our next finalist, Mecca. So one of Australia's largest beauty retailers, over 4 million customers every year through their network of over 100 stores. And for Mecca, it's really about the combination of how everything comes together. But it's through that focus on how education drives awareness, results, and trust in the brand. It's not always about one concept, or innovation is not always about one concept, but it's about how all these cogs come together and generate the flywheel of momentum, continuously building the brand exposure, the brand trust, the brand elements that continuously bring people back to their business.
What I might say about Mecca too, when we look at their beauty labs, we see some really nice work on AI. For example, the integration through APIs, SDKs, for example, of their CRM, giving great personalization, skin types, facial recognition systems, through to their product suites, again, enabled and integrated way through to their social media. So they're able to not just personalize, but educate in real time. And this beauty education content platform that you're touching on has this architecture behind it, if you like, from AI, driving this tribe of followers and advocates and making it all about the power of the individual. So truly innovative work. And as it says, driving 4 million plus monthly views and running some extraordinary numbers.
All right, well said, Brian. And our next finalist, 𝗬𝗲𝗁𝗔𝗂𝗁 Queensland, treasure hunting, transforming charity shopping. So 𝗬𝗲𝗁, the retail brand of St Vincent de Paul Society Queensland, operates just over 140 stores across the state. And the 𝗬𝗲𝗁's retail brand is the primary fundraising vehicle for the Society's good works. And 𝗬𝗲𝗁's have worked really hard to modernize their retail brand over the last couple of years to uplift their in-store customer and volunteer experience. And this redesign has dramatically shifted the perception of 𝗬𝗲𝗁's and the op shop experience to something brighter, more exciting, and better connected to the next generation of op shoppers. And the results have been phenomenal. And, you know, this uplift in retail brand next stage was brought to life through the idea of the feel-good finds. So this has transformed 𝗬𝗲𝗁's retail experience, which has completely been redesigned from the ground up. But at the heart of it, it's creating op-ha moments. Not aha, but op-ha. The moment itself centers around finding a product that the customer absolutely loves. And as an avid op shop customer myself, I love going in there and being able to find those little nuggets of gold.
And as the op shop sector moves into online retailing, omni-channel retailing, 𝗬𝗲𝗁's Queensland, 𝗬𝗲𝗁's New South Wales leading the forefront and innovating a traditional model.
Okay, and now moves along to our next finalist, PAK'nSend, the branded experience elevating logistics. So PAK'nSend, one of Australia's leading parcel and freight resellers, offering the complete logistics solutions to businesses, online retailers and individuals. So they've got about 170 service centres across the globe, Australia, New Zealand and the UK. But primarily, the heart of this innovation is the we can handle what others can't brand platform. That powerful message reflecting their own expertise in fragile, awkward and high value freight. So this positioning is embedded across all of their channels and their campaigns, supported by customer success stories, really anchoring those emotional considerations of freight delivery and demonstrating their problem-solving capability, from shipping grand pianos to delicate artwork.
What brought them into the innovation category was really around this platform technology, engineering out inefficiencies or relative inefficiencies in supply channel and driving innovative practices coupled with rebranding, coupled with a much more overt face and to the public, and really driving from a platform base around analytics. Quite innovative work for the sector.
And that's exactly right, Brian. And that's the specific campaign that we handle what others can't has significantly improved the visibility, the market distinction, and also resulting in a 35% uplift in organic web traffic and 20% increase in online quote requests within the first 6 months. So again, it's that customer engagement rose as the storytelling shifted perception from a generic courier to a trusted logistics partner. Right. And our next finalist, 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃. It's authentic adventures replace staged content. So look, 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃 started making lightweight outdoor gear about 1930, so very much a heritage brand. And today they're still one of Australia's leading adventure specialists. It's the Adventure Stories Authentically Told campaign, featuring real customers' genuine adventures rather than the stage content, as well as the local legends content on a series of spotlights of regional outdoor enthusiasts. And it's the brand direction association that links the real stories told by the adventurers, or real stories told by real adventurers, sending the signal to their core customer, and we have the outdoor experience to maximize yours. Again, anchoring the emotions of the adventure to the brand.
I think the point I make about Paddy Palin is that they've gone into consumer understanding at a very, very deep level, personality-based level, and they're really using this to innovate the offer, married to data which is enabling them to personalize. So obviously their core market, the adventurer and so forth, but what they're doing around personalizing offer, making it relevant to the power of one again, is early stage innovative. So we're seeing some really nice work, and they're also focusing on local legend community. So really building out that local community, working hard in that space, and whilst innovating from a tech stack basis.
That's right. Thank you, Brian. All right, and our next finalist, again, Adorn Cosmetics. So Adorn has made some significant strides really in leveraging their digital marketing to create the personalized and meaningful customer experiences. And it's the innovative use of their social media. It's how they're actually engaging with their tribe. We talked on the Risk-Free Foundation Finder. That campaign alone resulted in a 119% month-on-month increase in engagement. And it's through those initiatives, as well as all of the customer engagement through educational content and consistently positioning the brand as an expert authority. All these initiatives, Adorn also saw the growth of just general engagement, with their Facebook group now over 7,000 members, becoming a powerful engine for word-of-mouth marketing, the customers sharing their product expertise or experiences and offering peer-to-peer advice. And this community-driven approach just continues to build brand trust, leading to stronger customer loyalty. And last but not least, Oz Hair and Beauty. Entertainment commerce transforms beauty shopping. So for Oz Hair, it's coming back to this digital concept, but delivered from a social commerce perspective. So really pioneering the social commerce and beauty through the groundbreaking live shopping initiatives. And what they've really seen from that is it not only forms part of a larger part of their retail strategy, but it's absolutely core from creating a highly engaged interactive shopping experiences for their customers, and allows them to continuously have that touch point with them time over time. And what sets them apart is the ability to blend entertainment with e-commerce. So the live events are not just transactional, they feel like social experiences where viewers can interact with hosts, ask questions about products, even play games. So the innovative approach makes shopping fun and engaging, and it's all done within the context of social media platforms where our audiences already spend a significant amount of time. Excellent. So that brings us to running through all of our fantastic finalists for marketing and brand. And with thanks to our category judge, 𝗘𝗅𝗶𝗲, the CEO of YouGov, Asia Pacific, MENA and Turkey. And without further ado, the marketing and brand winner is Vinnie's Queensland. An excellent, well done to the team at Vinnie's Queensland. So, one of the key concept here is Vinnie's Queensland clearly demonstrated how an extension of their signature Feel Good Fine branding has led to more educated and empowered donors donating more mindfully in store. Now, they have a very clear understanding of their customer base and the unique value of discovery for the recycled retailers, which they've used to ensure a customer experience that sets them apart. And we also, the feedback from the judge was we specifically liked the aha moments as well. It was a wonderful concept.
Fantastic achievement to Drew and the team, and 𝗘𝘅𝗃. Congratulations. And Kevin.
Fantastic team. Awesome. And just as we come to the end of that, a bit of an announcement to everyone on the webinars and those watching later is our next CEO event, 9th of July. Stay tuned for more. We'll start distributing some content about places and times over the next week or so. But we're going to be talking about how to grow consumer loyalty. So really having a look at what's changed over the last years. In conjunction with Pure Profile, we're taking a deeper dive into the consumer behavior. To understand the feelings that regards to loyalty. Again, it's answering the question, are customers loyal? How has this actually changed over the last year? Is it anywhere in particular or a consistent category? Is the loyalty dwindling, and what is the influence of programs? So look forward to being able to talk to everyone about that on the 9th of July.
And one of the areas we're really researching into is actual use and relationship of artificial intelligence to loyalty and personalization to loyalty. So looking forward to seeing you. We've got some wonderful speakers and a great paper. All right, social cause, ladies and gentlemen. I love the social cause. I love all the categories, but the social cause category is where we really talk about purpose-driven retail. And these retailers embrace a strong social utility in mission, people leadership, and deployment. But at the heart of the social cause experience is the typically non-for-profit, purpose-driven, making the world we live in a better place. And so our finalists, and this was also a very popular category, our finalists. Well, first of all, Floorworld. Now, Floorworld, where they obviously are a profitable business, but the way that they've gone about thinking about their social purpose is Step Up for a Cure. And so what it does it's a campaign that integrates cause-driven mission into every facet of the operations, with all 50 stores going purple. So Floorworld, all around cancer awareness, being aware of cancer, being of good health, helping people with cancer, and also working in a partnership with their manufacturers, their flooring manufacturers, who became active partners in this bipartisan and collegiate approach. And increasingly, as one of the trends of retail, we see this partnership, advocacy approach, using the power of the retail brand, using its influence to be more than just retail in that sense, but to be a driver for change, awareness, and social purpose. And of course, they've donated the additional sales through to the PanCare Foundation. So a pat on the back to the Floorworld team. It really shows the power of a retail brand in social cause. Well, being a bit of an art lover, I thought this was great. So this is a single piece, single artwork, and it's really all around actively challenging the commercialization of traditional galleries, creating this inclusive, distraction-free space for all to access art any time of the day. So it prioritizes artists of Asiatic heritage, marginalized voices, and it draws our attention through art to the sort of the cultural nuances of our world. Those who sort of, if you like, they're looking to break down systemic barriers in the art world. It reframes art engagement as a tool for social equity, cultural visibility, and emotional connection. So highly purpose, art is the message, communicated out to everyone very powerfully. This is 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗀, or I call 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗀. Recycle is redefining textile recycling in Australia. So they have sustainable action. They've got a wonderful, directly into the online shopping experience, they have this add to cart satchel. So it makes it easier for consumers to recycle worn out garments, recycle or removing the barriers to participation, shifting recycling from niche to a mainstream behavior, and in turn, supporting corporate partners with scalable waste solutions or textile waste solutions, fostering circularity across the fashion ecosystem. I hope I'm not misquoting that, but this is something like 150 million pieces of fast fashion go to landfill each year, and the recycle team could correct me if I'm understating that, but it's enormous. So they're addressing a social problem, They're recycling into the community. They're building out the opportunity for greater circularity and recycling, which is a very important trend. And of course, they're helping our environment. Okay, well then, of course, we've got two other very worthy finalists, Flora and Fauna. And Flora and Fauna are well known to the social cause community. They continue to drive positive change, making ethical, cruelty-free and environmentally conscious products more accessible to everyday consumers. And they've really brought to the market innovations like carbon neutral shopping, transparent supply channel tracking, ethical product filters. Very strong, and rightfully so, on empowering informed, value-driven choices. So it helps their audience in ethical consumption by being very transparent, very clear. They're a B Corp, wonderful business, and deserved finalists as well. And then our final finalist is 𝗘𝗅𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. This is a remarkable business too, because it's tackling global inequality by building fair, transparent, and eco-conscious supply channels that support the rights and livelihoods of workers in countries like India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan. So beyond just ethical sourcing, this is a business that invests in education, currently reaching over 10,000 students, and creates job opportunities for refugees in Australia. So, of course, these are vulnerable communities being uplifted by the eco brand and business, and how this business operates with full purpose, as does everyone else in this category, but clearly impactful into the fashion industry and clearly transparent. So the change certification sets new industry standards for accountability and traceability, but they marry that to a very strong education program. So they're building a sustainable imprint into these regions that otherwise would not be exposed. So wonderful business as well. I've given a call out to Peter Nock. Peter's a friend of Retail Group. He's a friend of the community and a wonderful judge. So thanks, Peter. And the finalists, a single piece, ITCO, Fair Trade, Floor World, Recycle, Flora and Fauna for the social cause category. And the social cause winner for ARI 2025 is Recycle. And Recycle, as I've touched on, just redefining textile recycling. Absolutely brilliant business led by very passionate leaders. So congratulations to the team at Recycle, and congratulations also to our other finalists.
Yeah, wonderfully said, Brian. Thank you. And as we move into our second to last category, franchise excellence. So the franchisor who's leading the way in the sector, anchored by the franchisee initiatives, the systems, renovated products that keep the franchisees and the general consumers engaged with their businesses. So without further ado, we will have a look at our finalists. And the first one, 𝗖𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So one of Australia's largest skincare franchise networks. They've got over 150 salons nationwide and a 90-year heritage to build their brand on of skin science expertise. And the centerpiece to this innovation is their digital physical integration system, this proprietary platform that connects the in-store experience with the e-commerce capabilities. And for franchisees, this means capturing revenue and both extending the customer approach from both the treatment and retail channels, but with clients beginning their journey online and also continuing in salon. And the interesting thing about this concept is the system has increased their average transaction value by about 28% on, but most importantly, it actually enables franchisees to retain the customers and the relationship with the customers who relocate geographically by facilitating virtual consultations with their trusted therapists. Because we know that trust is a critical component of skincare and the beauty industry in general. It was a really great way that we're able to, that 𝗖𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has continued to engage them or allow their franchisees and their network teams to engage with those customers time and time again. And one of the other concepts as well is Also, the network is experiencing the unprecedented stability, with renewal rates reaching about 94% and franchisee satisfaction scores increasing from 72 to 89%. But most notably, they're attracting a new demographic of franchise partners, with most of their new franchisees actually being under 35 years old. So again, ensuring that long-term sustainability from the network. Our next franchisee or franchise excellence finalist is Just Cuts. So again, Just Cuts, the largest hairdressing company in the Southern Hemisphere, over 230 salons across the globe. But for Just Cuts, it's not just one thing, but it's how they've brought everything together to deliver a continuously evolving environment for their franchisees. So it's not only the cloud-based POS, the HiveMind systems, providing those analytics and oversight over business. It's not just the rewards that they're able to do, but it's also the contactless check-ins, the easy AP, and really ensuring that their franchisees are continuously being set up and that process is evolving for the future needs of their businesses. So ultimately, they're believing in continuous improvement and adaptability. So how they're using the digital technology to engage their franchisees as not just tools, but again, integral components of their commitment to continuously delivering the exceptional services, both to clients and their franchisees. So again, Just Cut's a really nice example of how they're remaining dedicated to evolving with the industry trends and clients' needs, and to ensure their brand remains at the forefront of the hairdressing finance sector. Our third finalist for franchise excellence is 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏. So 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 is one of Australia's most iconic specialty retail brands, nearly 80 years old. It's continuously evolved over the 8 decades to become the go-to destination for practical solutions in Australian homes, businesses and backyards. And 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 has driven the franchise excellence really through the proactive transformation of its model, redefining what it means to be support-focused, a growth-ready franchisor, recognizing the evolving needs of franchisees. The business has introduced several strategic innovations to reduce operational complexity, diversify the income opportunities, and improve long-term sustainability. The major innovation has actually been the expansion into commercial cleaning and trade supply sector. So that enables the franchisees to diversify their income and their revenue streams just beyond retail. So this move, supported by the new product lines and customer segments, equips stores to service high volume clients such as schools, tradies and facility managers, effectively transforming stores into a B2B solutions hub. And our last finalist, Intersport. So Intersport has really come along by and supporting its franchisees and its franchise network through the unified digital strategy that eliminates internal competition. So Intersport opened in Australia in 2014 with about 37 stores. Now they're about 80. And all stores are locally owned and operated, which allows their members to be highly invested in grassroots communities. And what they've managed to do is take all of those different network and touch points and enable a digital system that allows the stores to both independently perform, but also continuously retail as an overall brand. So one of the initiatives was, again, one of the initial challenges was the element of the digital presence. So franchise members used to have to put up their own web stores and were often competing against each other for online orders. So addressing the challenge, the Intersport team had a vision for the brand to create a single online and digital web experience for all stores, members and customers. The journey started off with getting buy-in from their members to participate in that vision. But with no physical warehousing facilities, Intersport utilised Stock in Store's omnichannel solutions and have grown their online store into a significant part of the business. So they've not only grown, but they've thrived by innovative franchisee processes, which has also attracted new members to join their brand. And at the moment, they're just almost got 100% adoption in terms of their vision. But the main thing is no competing member websites exist anymore. And they're a leader, and they're also recognised as a leader in the Australian sports retail sector.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And so that brings us to John Pascoe, our category judge. So with thanks for CEO Price Attack, with thanks for reviewing the submissions for our finalists Just Cuts, Clark Rubber, 𝗲𝗲𝗄𝗏, and Intersport as part of the Franchise Excellence category. And without further ado, the winner of the Franchise Excellence ARI 2025 award is Just Cuts. So very well deserved Just Cuts to the hard work, and testament to the hard work and the experience that you continuously put in for your franchise network that continuously enables your customers to come back time again, store and store.
One of the consistencies of each of the finalists in the franchise category was the excellence of the leadership teams.
Mm-hmm.
They've been there a while. They're very strong, focused. They listen to their franchisees. They respond. They've built great frameworks, and they're very much for that franchisee excellence. So they're all standouts, but as Josh says, congratulations to Just Cuts.
And we'll come back to our Inspiring Retail Leaders, which is our final category for the day.
Thanks very much, Josh. Yes, this is always an exceptional category. And these, of course, are the retail leaders who continuously make a memorable contribution to the retail brand, their team, or Australian retail as a whole, or all of the above. They are remarkable, they're insightful, they're very focused, they've got great awareness both self and of others, and they're very, very strong in navigating the path. So our leader finalists amongst a very focused and large group are the following. Damien Madden from A Single Piece as co-founder. Sasha Lang doing great stuff with Adore Beauty as CEO. Bryony Kennedy, beg your pardon, Bryony. Adorn Cosmetics, a wonderful founder and leader in the cosmetic sector, and doing great work as a leader, and has a great story to tell around perseverance, resilience, one of the key traits of a good leader. Ian Bailey, ex-CEO Kmart, chairman of Anko. I had the pleasure of interviewing Ian at the NRF in Singapore a few weeks ago. A very, very strong leader. Chris Radford at Rhino Rack, the 𝗘𝘅𝗰𝗲 business. Chris is a remarkable story in leadership, turnaround, building retail-facing teams. And the same can be said for Darren Pye at GME. Again, strong retail expertise, wonderful line leader, very focused on his teams, but certainly equally focused on outcomes, and achieves great results in both. Chris Beer, George and Matilda. Chris is a career optometry expert, leader, significant contribution to that sector, and still to this day and into the future, does great work in leading not just the business, but influencing and leading the broad sector of optometry retail. And last but not least, Kevin Lacey, Centuro. Kevin's a very experienced line manager, well-regarded, focused, and again, a very notable finalist and worthy, as is everyone else in this group. So to each of the leaders, you're all wonderful finalists. Each of you could easily have won this category, but as they say, there can only be one winner, and that is...
And just before we announce that, again, with thanks to Anthony Moore from the Lottery Corporation for reviewing and providing for the judging process of the leadership category.
Yeah, and I should say before I jump to the winner, Anthony is another great trait of leaders, that they're always curious, they're always students, and I know that Anthony is a very keen student and leader in the field of leadership and strategic thinking, and so a wonderful effort in a very busy life. So thank you, Anthony. And so the winner, the finalist for the Inspiring Retail Leader for 2025, the winner is Ian Bailey, Chairman of Anko Global. And we have a recording of all of the interviews, and with permission of the leaders, we'll send those out. They're all masterclasses in leadership, and Ian is a very deserved winner as he takes the Anko brand global, which is an exciting step in his career and pivotal. He's also, of course, overseen one of the most successful periods in Kmart's history in this country, and now taking it global through Anko. So if you ever get a chance to listen to Ian, do so, because it's a masterclass. Thanks, everybody. Congratulations, Ian.
Wonderful. All right, and so that brings us to the end of our awards webinar. So thank you to everyone for joining us over the past hour. What will happen from here is the finalist brochure will be available soon, which is a collation of all of the stories and the backgrounds from all of the finalists in their categories to be made available for distribution. And as part of the webinar, we will make sure that you're first in line for this when it becomes available later in the week.
And I'd like to also obviously acknowledging all our finalists, as this slide shows. Thank Josh, our GM, Renee, our marketing manager. Fantastic effort. Sharon, who heads up our training retail academy. Thanks, team. And thanks for everyone who contributed a nomination. We'll continue this bigger and brighter in 2026. We were due to have some panel interviews. Technology's beaten us there, but we'll also produce those and put those out. Thanks, everyone. And for all those who have innovation clearly and squarely in their sights, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Brian. Thank you all for attending, and see you all soon.